Bonjour and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Claude and today I'm going to be doing a review for the Relative Tarot deck, which you can see right here. Now, I had been lusting over this deck for quite a while, so I was very excited when I got my hands on it. However, I did not review it immediately because I wanted to familiarize myself with it and work and get very, intimate with it. So I could talk about it a bit better. So this is the box, the front, and you see the reason why it caught my eye on the internet, and it's a very personal reason, is because this picture, just the face, looks very much like a picture of one of my great-grandmothers. So it really caught my eye. I thought it was synchronistic, so I had to look it up, and yeah, I looked for it. So here you can see it's published by Red Wheel Wiser Books. It's $35 US dollars. Hope you can see that. That's the spine. And it is by Carrie Paris. I don't know if you can see the pattern. It's very nice. It looks very vintage. And there is the back. So it says it's all relative, and I'm not going to read the whole thing because the video would be very, very long, but it is inspired by the works of Mary K. Greer on ancestral work, which I'd read a lot about already. Caveat here, I'm obsessed with ancestral work, so that's the reason why this kind of popped for me. But I will read you just this bit. It says, "Who am I? What have I come here to do? How do I find my soul's truth? These questions seem so simple, and the answers so essential to our experience of happiness, wellness, and success. The dedicated seeker knows the answers aren't readily available. They are elusive, often found in silence, in deep reflection. They are written in the voices of our ancestors," which I thought was beautiful. So it tells you it contains 82 cards and a full color guidebook. I will go into that in a minute. It's a magnetic box. It's very pretty. You have those 3 questions printed right here inside with that vintage pattern, which I think is exquisite. And then the book. And then that's the cards. Now my box is a little bit damaged here, but to be honest I don't mind because my cards do not live in this box. I've put them there to show you. I have a pouch for them, but yeah. Oh, I don't know why I'm doing this. Let me let it like that. And this is the book. So this is the spine and the back. And it's it's got a lot of information, and what I love about it is that it's got the colored pictures of the cards, so it's really nice with a really nice paper. Now this is something that requires a bit of study. Now you can use it as a normal divination tarot deck, but if you're interested in those questions, who am I, what have I come here to do, and how do I find my soul's truth, it really, there's a lot of studying going on in this book. So you've got your general dedication, you've got a nice content tables, which to me is very important, acknowledgements, because you see she used the ideas of Angelis Arian and Mary K. Greer to talk about this, the Mary K. Greer archetypal tarot. If you can see it right here, Archetypal Tarot. I have read this book, which is very, very cool. So she talks about all of that, and then she moves on to explain how the deck came about. And I really love it because basically on each card you have pictures. It looks very vintage, and for a reason, because these are pictures that were sent to her by querents from their own families. So it's very eclectic, which I love. And all of those people, it's to think that they were people that mattered to other people, is what I'm trying to say. I think is such a good idea to make a tarot deck based on this concept. It is it's just very vintagey, and I love it. She also talks about, it's been said that when a querent sits in front of a reader, there are at least 15 people in that chair. There's the imprint of the parents, the 2 sets of grandparents, and 4 sets of great-grandparents. And this, of course, hasn't even factored in those ancestors who go further back on the family tree and are lesser known. So it's really, really interesting. And then she moves on to getting you to calculate your birth card and your annual card with the major arcana. And that's what she calls the tarot blueprint. So you really need to look and, you know, do your research if you're interested in that. She explained how to do this, and you also get to work out what your significator cards are, and they are represented by the court cards. So you've got, I hope you can see, because I know it's very bright today despite my curtains. So you've got the birth cards, which are derived from the major arcana. You've got the annual cards, also derived from the major arcana, and then the significator cards selected from the court cards. A note about the numbers, I will explain that when I show you the deck. And she, so, you know, then you have all of the explanations and how to do it, which is really cool. It's really nicely explained, but you can also go online to double check that you got your numbers right. It shows you at the back of, at the end of the book. There's a website you can go on, which I think is very nifty, just in case you don't trust your maths. And then how to calculate the annual card, and then the minor arcana, which she talks about, represents body, heart, mind, and spirit. So they are the inner expression and soul cards, and she moves on to explain all of this. Talks about blueprint combinations. I mean, it's such interesting work. And right in the middle here, you then have your blueprint review, where you can write down all of your personal data with all of the cards that are important to you, which I think is awesome. I've not done it yet because it needs to be done beautifully, neatly, with a special pen. I'm very fussy, please don't judge. And then she moves on to explain the significators with the court cards. I mean, it's beautiful. She also talks about pattern breakers, you know, how to break patterns, generational patterns. Yeah, so I could go on and on and on, in honesty, and I've not even started showing you the cards, so I'm trying to speed it up a little bit, because I know I particularly do not like long reviews. So yeah, this is where it shows you right here that she's put together an online birth card calculator that makes it easy for you to confirm and review your cards, and it's on visitkerryparis.com right here. I hope it's zoomed in, I'm not sure, but I hope it is. So that's the book. It tells you at the end a little bit about her, you know, just a background and where she lives now and everything. Very interesting. So now let's move on to the cards, because that's very important. So you know, you've got the little ribbon thing to lift them, and you're going to notice that I've put some cards under the ribbon. That's because I do not use them, and I will show you why in a minute. This is a, I would say, standard size deck. If you look at my hand, you know, I've got average size hands, that's pretty much that. It's beautifully gilded. Now, I know some people don't like any kind of gilding. I'm a sucker for gilding. I think it's awesome. Makes them look very precious. The back is in the same print as the box. I really hope you can see this, because it's very light. It's kind of ivory creamy tones with golden bits, but not metallic, and you know, faded, very vintagey. Love it. So let me show you this beautiful tarot deck. Let me start with the majors, so I don't end up excuse me, having too big of a pack. Okay, So you have the Magician right here. I hope you can see it and it's not too glary. The cards, I mean, they're not majorly glossy, but they're not matte either, and they're very good cardstock. They shuffle like a dream. Just thought I'd put that out there. So that's the Magician. And you know, there's extra little annotations at the bottom, which you'll find out, you know, if you get the pack, because the book goes into details for all of that. Let me do that like that. Here you go. Then you've got the High Priestess. Now, I absolutely love this style. I just think it's amazing to think that these actually came from photos, you know, that was sent to her. That's the Empress, the Emperor. I mean, it talks to me. This deck is very talkative for me. I mean, obviously, you know, it's a question of opinion and style, but I love it. That's the Hierophant, if I didn't say. The Lovers. Ah, okay. You know, I mentioned there's 82 cards. That's because she provides you with 3 different cards for the Lovers. So I've put the woman and the female to show you. However, if you use it for clients or specific type of readings, you can have 2 females, or you can have the 2 males, which I thought was a very, very nice addition. So there you have it. So that's the Lovers. Love the Chariot. I think it's an awesome card. Justice, which is on the cover of the box, which reminds me of my great-grandmother. So that was the hook for me. The Hermit. I just love the diversity. Well, and the vintage feel, obviously. The Wheel of Fortune. Strength. Now, I've got a strength right here as a number 11. Now, this is the next thing. The 2 of extra cards are Justice and Strength. And because, you know, in the Rider-Waite-Smith, you have Strength as number 8 and Justice as number 11. In the Tarot de Marseille, they're swapped around. Now, the Tarot de Marseille was there before the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. But it got rearranged for the Rider-Waite-Smith deck because it was thought that Strength was more of a Leo trait and therefore should be number 8 before the Hermit, and that Justice was more a Libran card, so it was moved further down the deck. Now, I come from the tradition of Tarot de Marseille readers, although I do use Rider-Waite's inspired decks, but that really pleased me to see that I could actually have it numbered in the order that I am used to, you know, as a Tarot de Marseille reader. But you do get the ones with the numbers that would match your Rider-Waite's, which I thought was a really nice touch. So that's your the 4 extra cards. That's why it's 82 rather than 78. I didn't know this when I purchased it, just so you know. It just came out as a very nice surprise. So that's the Strength card. The Hangman. Death, which I think is really cute for some reason, and normally I don't find Death cute, but I really like that. Temperance. The Devil card. The Tower. The Star, which I think is fabulous. But then again, you're going to hear me gush about this every card, so I'm going to be quiet. The Moon card. The Sun. Judgment. You can see the Rider-Waite's inspiration. And Tarot de Marseille for that matter, because on the Major Arcana it's the same thing anyway. So I don't know what I'm talking about, just ignore that. The Universe, or the World. And the Fool. Okay, so that's the Major Arcana. Then let me show you the Cups suit. And I'm gonna go slightly faster. So you have the Ace, the 2 of Cups, the 3 of Cups. But you can tell by the art on on the cups that it's more Rider-Waitesy. That's what I was saying. You know, the Four of Cups, that's typical, the person sat under the tree. And the Five of Cups, Six of Cups. I adore this card. I think they're so cute. The Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups. I hope I'm not cutting my cards when I'm showing them to you. Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. So that's your cup suit. Then I'm going to move on to show you the wand suit. So very standard, but I just love the vintage look of them. The Two of Wands is one of my favorite Two of Wands of all the decks I own, and I own quite a few, I'm ashamed to say. Three of Wands, Four of Wands, Five of Wands, Six of Wands, Seven of Wands. I really like the Eight of Wands, Nine of Wands. Also really like the Ten of Wands in this deck. Oops. Then you have the Page, the Knight, the Queen. I think she looks fabulous. That's how I imagine a Queen of Wands person, you know, the characteristics. And the King of Wands. Alright, after this we move on to the Pentacles. Let me make sure I've got them all in my hand. Yep. Okay, I did try to put them in the right order to show you, because it's annoying when they're not in the right order. So you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, Four. I mean, look at her hair. Isn't she beautiful? Five of Pentacles with the church window right behind it. Really like this. Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Look how proud he looks. Nine of Pentacles. Love this. I just love this. Ten of Pentacles. Also love this card. I mean, to be quite honest with you, there's not one card I don't like. Page of Pentacles. The Knight. The Queen. And the King. I love the King of Pentacles. That's what I mean. It's very diversified. Really, really cool deck. And to think that all of those came from pictures that were sent. I mean, I know I keep on talking about this. I just find this amazing. It's like having a piece of history in my hand. It really excites me. It talks to my soul. What can I say? Okay, so Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, Three of Swords. Now I like, okay, I'm going to talk about this card because I have a problem with the Three of Swords in the Rider-Waite-Smith, the heart pierced by three swords, because it completely departed from what the meaning was with the Tarot de Marseille. The swords is to do with the mental realm, with your thoughts, how you process facts, and communication. And I like the fact that here the swords are actually piercing his head, which is a nod on the fact that this suit is actually the thinking suit. You know, it's air, energy, so you've got both of them. I really love this deck for that. The fact that, you know, whether you are a Tarot de Marseille reader or a Rider-Waite-Smith, or you read both, like I do, you have choices, and the imagery is kind of, you know, it talks to both systems, which I think is really, really cool. Okay, Four of Swords, Five of Swords, Six of Swords. I love this card. I mean, her hat is just fabulous. Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, and then the Ten of Swords. And it's funny because when I look at this card, and I know it's not what it's supposed to represent, okay, but it makes me think of acupuncture for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. Okay, so then there's your page, the knight. Yeah, he looks stunning. The queen, which also reminds me of one of my great-grandmothers, but from the other side of my family. There's a photo of her where it's just it's a portrait, you know, like an oval from the neck to the top. It makes me think of the cameo I've got here basically on my hand. But yes, that reminds me of my great-grandmother, so I love this card. You probably didn't need to know that, I'm sorry. And the King of Swords. So there you have it. This is my review, my opinion on the Relative Tarot deck. I adore it. It speaks to me, speaks really to my soul. I've done the work with the booklet and so on. I've learnt a lot, but it's also very responsive in readings. Yeah, I mean, I'd recommend checking it out. So I hope you've enjoyed this little review with me. I also do tarot readings, you know, weeklies, monthlies, all that kind of things on my channel. If you want to check them out, feel free to do so. And I also do a tarot subscription unboxing. It's a box that comes in every month. It used to be every 2 months. It's called Nine of Earth. And every month now you receive a brand new tarot deck, which is really nice because it's a nice way of expanding your collection of decks, as if I needed any help. But anyway, it's really nice. They alternate between tarot decks and oracle decks, and it comes with really good quality add-on items in the box, and it's themed, and I love it. This is like my all-time favorite box, and so I do an unboxing every month for it, because I like to share that. So thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great day. Hope to see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.